Hello and welcome to Final Tech Solutions. Here I'll be showing you one of the point of sale softwares that we have. This is a web-based application that runs even on mobile phone. That's why we're opening it through a browser. Then this is the login interface. So you key in your username and your password. Once you key in your username and password, then you click on login. Once you click on the login button, then you'll be into the POS. So this is the main dashboard for the POS. This is the dashboard. This is where you see the total number of sales that you made so far. Here you will see the number of customers that we have in the system, the number of items you have added in the system. You have a few shortcuts that can redirect to making a sale, starting a receiving. So basically this is the main menu. That's the way you choose the option for the thing that you want to do. That's our main menu. So we start with the inventory. This one is a feature. There's a module that helps you to manage the items. So here you add items into the POS. You fill in all the details about the items, the name of the product, the category, the price, the cost price, the selling price, the quantity you have at hand. Then once you are done that, then you save. Then after that, we have this other module for customers. This one we create the names of the customers that we sell to. So in this one, you feed in the names of the customers. If you have a customer that has a balance, you can have an open balance. Then you save. Once you save, it's recorded there. Then there's this other feature for suppliers. This one again also is the same as the customers. You create the people that sell to you. Here you create the names and the details of the persons that are selling to you. Then you save. Once you save, you have a list of all the suppliers. Then we jump reports, we go to receiving. Receiving, this one is for once the suppliers, you have ordered some goods from a supplier, then the supplier will supply you with the goods. Once you receive the goods, you use this interface to receive the goods into the POS. So the goods that you receive from the suppliers, once you key them and you save, those items will be automatically be added to the ones that were remaining in the system. So an example, I receive Carson's soap. I received 12 pieces of them. So if I add other pieces of Carson's in the stock, like 2 or 3, then it is going to add the 12, and then I'll have 15 pieces. Then I choose the payment method that I want to use to pay my supplier. I can pay cash, I can pay M-Pesa, I can pay on bank. Then I type in the name of the supplier. So that now it can be attached as specific supplier. You can see the supplier and a previous balance you are not paid him of 2,760. So if I click on store account, is going to add that 960 to the previous balance. If I click on cash, it's going to create that payment. Once I'm done with that, then I just click on finish, and that transaction is complete. Now I can have an option to print that receiving voucher. Then the next thing is sales. Sales again, this one is the module that we will be using 90% of the time. This is where now you make the sales. So you open the module, you type in the name of the item, for example, the customer that we just bought. So how many pieces, what is the quantity that I'm selling? 6 pieces at 110 each, that is 660. I can type in as many items as I may want to type in. That's an element of VAT which I've just removed from there. So you have an option to stay whether your items have VAT or they don't have the VAT. Then now I choose the payment method, which payment method the customer is using. If the customer pays by cash, by M-Pesa, by bank, or if they are buying on credit, then I click on store account so that the system can store that information. Then when you're selling on credit, you have to give the name of the customer that is buying on credit. Then that button for confirm M-Pesa, that button we use it to do M-Pesa integration, so that once the customer pays by M-Pesa and I click that button, automatically the system is able to check that payment from our till and see the customer spent by M-Pesa. Then once we finish, then you'll be prompted to print a receipt. That's, you can choose now which printer you want to use. You can use the small printer, you can use the A4 printer, depending on the printer that you are using. The other module here is deliveries. The delivery for planning your deliveries. If you sell goods and you do deliveries, then you can create those deliveries and you can assign them to specific riders or to specific vehicles, so that at the end of the day you're able to monitor or manage and see how many deliveries each one of them has made. This other one is called the work order. This basically is for the service providers like mechanics. So once you bring in something that is to be repaired, you receive the item, it goes through the process. If there are items that you have added into that new spare parts, then you can capture them, and at the end of the day you can see the total cost of repairing that, and who did that work, and how much you are going to pay him, and how much it costed you to make that. So it's going to be moving through the phases. Once it comes in, when it's being worked on, when it's done, when it's finished, you can see which ones you can call the customer to come and pick. The other one is for expenses. Expenses are module where you post the business running cost. Example, if you spend 100 shillings buying airtime, you spend 200 shillings. So those 200 shillings, you record them as an expense, then you save. At the end of the day, you'll be able to see a summary of all the expense that you had for the day. Appointments, this is basically for those people that like doctors or the saloonists, they can create appointment for their clients so that you can be able to manage that and see who you're supposed to see at what time, and you get a report at the end of the day. Then the next is employees. This one is where you manage all the people that work for you. So you can create usernames and passwords for each and every employee, and at the end of the day, then once you have created a username and a password, the other thing is that you can give them the specific rights. Those are the areas that they can access in the system and the areas they cannot access. So if you want somebody to access a specific area, you just check that specific area, so that once you check, it means that that particular person can be able to have that access to that particular item. But if you don't want them to access a specific area, you just leave it and check, so that it means that they cannot be able to do that action. So there are so many rights. They are related to reports, to items, to suppliers, to customers. So there are all kinds of reports. There are so many reports. So once you have done that, maybe you can, if you have 2 or 3 or 4 employees that have the same rights, you just create a template. So once you create for one employee, you just save that template so that you can assign it to the next employee instead of giving a right for each and everyone. This one is for gift card. Gift card is more of a reward or program. For the most loyal customers, you can give them a gift card so that next time when they purchase from you, they can redeem the gift card against the sale that they have made. So it's more of a reward program. So store configuration, this one where you do the settings. Here we configure the settings for the POS. Here we can add a logo, we can add the name of the company, we can add the VAT number, we can add our website. We can choose if we want to do taxes or we don't want to do taxes. Here we can have that option of doing the VAT, or if you don't want to do the VAT, you can leave it. You can choose the currency in case you have multiple currencies. You can do Kenya shillings. You can manage multiple currencies here. Once you're done with that, there are also other things so that basically is when you do the main configurations. You can also choose the various payment types. So you can create various payment types that you accept at your business. So here you add all the payment types. So at the end of the day, you can get a report for each payment type. So again, next we'll go to quotes. Quotes basically is when for creating quotations. If somebody wants a quotation from you, you can use that module to create a quotation. Invoicing again also is for creating invoices. For those who don't want to buy in cash, you can create them an invoice. Location is the feature that we use to manage if you have multiple branches or if you have stores. So if you're one business and you have a store somewhere else, so you can manage the stock in the store separately and the stock in the shop separately. Or if you have more than one shop, you can manage each of those shops. So you can have one main shop which will be an headquarter, then you can have now the branches. So within this POS, you can monitor each of the branches separately, and at the end of the day, you can also see a combined report for all your shops or for all your stocks and the sales. And then you assign employees to specific branches. Then this one is for messaging. You can message your employees. Basing is crowd-based, so you can put in so that once you want to communicate with your employees, you just type in a message, and then the message will go to the specific employee or to all the employees that you have. So basically, it's for more internal communication. And finally, there is the log out button. Once you are done with everything, maybe you can click that and you can log out, and you are taken back to the screen that started with. So this is a very nice point of sale, very simple, very straightforward. In case you need one, kindly contact us, and we'll be more than willing to come and do a demo and also deploy one for you. And since it's web-based, it means that you can use this POS from wherever you want, from any device. As long as you have internet connection, you can see from your mobile phone how your stocks are moving, how the sales are. So you don't need to ask anybody a question. From the comfort of your room or from the phone, you can even move stock from one location to another location. So it's a very nice and very simple point of sale solution. Thank you very much for listening to us, and kindly consider subscribing so that you can support the work that we are doing.